men on social media.
Maybe I don't.
He has said a lot. I can bring up evidence and evidence and evidence and evidence. Plenty write up. He has even come out to attack her physically on his page. He has wrote a lot of things. So much evidence. Evidence full brekete.
Separation. Can you do separation now?
No, but my sister, I want you to understand this. Maybe he has spoken with you. He been in a soft mind. Maybe you are understanding. You're seeing it from his own side of it. He's now being like this because someone that he cannot win. He's now trying to get people around him. And you know, men, when you separate with them, they must lie. You and I know what I'm talking about. If a man, there's no how a man will come out and tell exactly what happened. He must find a way to push the blame towards the woman. It will not look as if why not take responsibility for your action? Everybody now, he was doing me this, he treated me bad. Or not treat me bad, or he got one man.
But again, that now in Africa as a setting, write it down. I said so. Is a man's word. Women are coming up now. Women are coming up now, but Africa setting is a man's world. Ndị mmanya ha bịakwa mgbe ahụ ikwu ha sị gị half away na nwoke ịmara nwoke o mechakwa na oge lagharị o otu ndị mmanya ha chịla ahụ ya da ihe. A man have a lot of privileges. What he would do, I would like you to write it down. Why you cannot compete with a man? I can pull my chest to say page ya. And return here, in case you've not known, return here the massive. All the Oromoro Juriaka, all return at the right time, and respect for it. Return here the massive. We
are not even talking all these things now. Is you're talking about.
Yeah, case by now. Case quiet. Case by now.
The woman who the man who put something about the woman. So many places. Then again, I that the man who me home. I'm not just saying. Oh, maybe home. I want you make any more. Or you need to make him. As a man, because of another woman.
Me a lot. And I'm working about one excuse. I want to like give me one thing and how correct you want you may alamba or walile furia. So can one you marry. Working at correct one thing.
Even though no one can make it now, this man will make it now. But he's not making it look as if young offense. What to young you got dinner wine or no wine and happy name on the road with Lucy outside. Oh, you woke up like a queen and one and gave her work camera here. I pay second on me. Why are we not seeing from the why are we not seeing that woman in a cheap woman that she deserves at least, if not anything, fairness? Yes. That cause a problem. Take the responsibility for that action. You committed offense. Take the responsibility with your future. Stop pushing it. That is the problem now. Now he's not trying to push it towards the direction of the woman, making it look as if now the world wants to turn around to start blaming the woman because your husband committed an offense. You're not supposed to be alive. You're not supposed to be doing business. You're not supposed to be moving around. You're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to lock yourself inside. It doesn't work that way.
All I'm saying that in this life, once it comes to a man and woman discussion, diplomacy should be at the peak of it. A woman should use diplomacy to the peak of it. I'm just saying from my own understanding, it should be to the peak. But now I was thinking, when
you want to use diplomacy, if you try to use diplomacy with a man and he refuses to accept that diplomacy, because all these things, this woman applied all of them. Because I remembered when this thing happened newly, she was calm. She was telling this man, all these things are doing on social media. Why don't you
one-on-one, in order from the man?
Listen,
one-on-one, you and I, in order to know from the man.
I know from the man, but in order from the woman. In order from the woman.
That's why I am not judging it. Depends
on what he saw online. The one that he dropped online, this woman begs him, say, Oga, all these things we online in-laws, what we judge is based on what the man dropped on his own page and what the woman responded to. You understand me? So what we are reacting to is based on what he drops. You understand? Yeah. This woman, when this man was doing a lot of things, this woman called him and said, "Oh God, please,
one more rose.
This thing that you're doing outside is not nice. It's not right. Why don't we keep this thing out of social media? Our children are all on the media. They are seeing all of this. This thing might affect them in the future. They have their mess in the school. Why don't we take this thing away from social media?" Oga say no. Even that period, Oga was busy posting and doing a lot of things on social media. At the end end of the day, this woman now kept quiet. What is saying? Say I'm going to Subano. Since you want to be doing a lot on the media, continue. Or what is saying? Up to today, as what she's doing is to focus on her business, focus on what pays her bills. Because right now she's a single mother. She has to take care of her bills. She has to take care of her kids. I don't understand why a man will commit offense.
But she's still
married. A man will commit offense. I don't know. Their case is still in court. A man will commit offense, and you want a woman to go and be crying.
All I'm saying is that I thought by now, KSA get rest to go by now. Because what is playing now is social media. The only thing playing now is social media. And the more social media is playing in a particular, and well, worse case than their own now. And well, they made it worse than them, but they have played the rest, yeah. KSA rest by now. Both of them are not helping themselves. That's just the truth. But I'm not going to that in Africa setting, men, Africa is all about men. Africa setting as a whole. Women are just coming up now. Yes, a woman will cry out foul. But we should also use diplomacy in every system. Oh, and big and make career, they hope people also turn against you the same time.
The way they are telling that woman she's doing too much, it drives me crazy. Like, that is what social media for you. People say you even said it now that she's supposed to be quiet. She's supposed to use diplomacy. She's supposed to do. You are now trying to blame her. Like, baby, I'm not blaming her. Look at what I'm saying. When it gets to a point where the media people are turning against you, the best thing to do is to go solo. The best thing to do is to go solo for a while. Because social media is full of so many kind of people, and don't forget that it's watched all around the world. You get? It's not a one. There must be someone. I won't even only go solo. You know who's supposed to go solo here?
The guy cannot go solo because the guy cannot go solo.
Solo is the man.
The man cannot go solo because he's a star. He's a Nollywood star.
Is equally a star. The woman cannot go solo because she's equally a star. Listen, don't forget the fact that this woman in question is a human being. And she must live, she must survive. So she cannot survive by going solo. She cannot survive by being quiet. The kind of business she's doing right now demand that she must be in the media. She must be in our face. She is a brand ambassador. She's an ambassador. She do a lot of things. You understand me? And her business warrants her to be out there. So she cannot go solo because a man carried his manhood to another place. She can't go solo. She cannot take responsibility for another man's action. She cannot buy herself because a man committed an offense. She's not supposed to off her light because a man decided to go do mistake. I'm not saying she should pause her light. There is nothing. This woman, ever since this whole thing happened, she has been on a low key. The only thing I knew she has been doing constantly is focusing on her business, making money, because right now she's like the mother and the father of her children. She's like the father and the mother of her children, and she cannot feed them by going solo or by locking herself indoors or by offing her lights. She can't survive that way. The man won't cause the problem for himself. He should face it. I won't know that when I said remove this thing from social media, sorry, that he continued. It wouldn't have extended to this level. This woman saw this in far out. She saw it coming. She called him. The thing was on the media. She wrote it and said, "My husband, please, let us take this thing away from media."
Now we have to write down.
Let's take it away. I have coconut head. I know the young one. I want to be talked. I like when people talk about me. Baby girl, now we did this online. We see everything.
You know they say anything.
Well, fine. Safe. So this time around, Dr. Say now just open his head, honestly, a good person, good and fine. If he has realized himself and decided to go solo, he's the one that's supposed to go solo. If he has realized himself and decided to go solo, good and fine. Everybody will now know that Ogala solo. Sorry, 1 minute, not enough water, you'll be fine.
All I'm saying is that this case is supposed to have rested by now. Let the case rest.
If they allow it to rest now, if they don't want to make the case rest, we online in-laws we go to follow the matter now. Waiting be our own.
Especially you.
Go solo. Guys, we don't want to wash our dirty linens in the public. And this woman again said, okay, now you have offended, you have committed this offense. I know as a human being, nobody is above mistake. You have made that mistake as a man, which she understood. Okay, now that you have made this mistake, go and ratify it. Settle this woman, let her go, so that we can come back from us. We can come back, we'll finish up, we'll continue from where we stopped. Or that's him back.
Both of them have settled themselves.
Okay.
If you ask me till tomorrow, both of them are settled.
They've settled.
I don't know why this dragon. Only can move all on. Only can move all along, and we are let the case just end. They have moved on.
Exactly.
The woman has moved on. The guy has moved on. And mommy had a dragon. It has settled.
The one that drag is now. They want the woman to be silent. They want the woman to. But you know, this one, they never saw it coming. This thing is the kind of thing.
This is social media. Will turn against you tomorrow. This is social media.
I don't care about them today, not turn against me tomorrow. What I care about is, let me just say that truth. That truth got on a history. Posterity will never forget it. Whether they like, they should turn against me tomorrow. That tomorrow that they will be turning against me. And when the people want a reason, when understanding that understood so far that this person always open going. If they like, let them turn against me next tomorrow. I don't even care. Even though I'm not, even if the person I'm talking, I'm in her favor, decide to turn against me tomorrow, it's no problem. What matters is that time that you're supposed to say the truth, history is there, it's recorded, it's there, it's waiting for you. Even in your next life, that truth is there waiting for you.
You are saying your truth. No, you're saying your truth based on one-sided. If you have heard the both sides,
listen. Both the man and the woman, we online in-laws, we are reacting based on what they are showing us online, what they are doing that we are seeing. The man is doing, we react based on what the man did. The woman did, you understand me? We are seeing it. Nobody is blind now. Nobody is blind. We are seeing everything.
Okay.
So all these things that we are doing is based on what we hide and hearing. So if anybody calls, like even if him now, I know one or two questions that I'll ask him. You should have asked him a very sensitive question. It was a reasonable question. Like me, he cannot come and be telling me, she did this to me, she did that to me. All these things now was he hold it to cover say up. And he has committed no mistake. So he should accept the fact that I made mistake. That's why I'm like AY. Until tomorrow, AY.
All I know is
AY on social media on several occasions. We don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. You understand me? But they separated on several occasions. AY on social media here. I say, I know I offended this my woman. I was the one that cheated on her. I did this, I did that against her. I just pray that one day she find a place in her heart to forgive me. He was the one that offended. He was the one that offended because even after offending the woman, he came online and apologized. The write-up is still there on his page. He came outside and he wrote a lot of things. The man.
Okay, our guy.
Yes. He came outside and apologized to the woman. So his anger that the woman did not accept the apology.
So why didn't she accept the apology? Why didn't she accept the apology?
So why must she accept? She has a mind of her own. It is in her own. She has the right to accept apology or not. You don't apologize to me and force me to accept the apology. If you offend me now, it is less for me to accept apology if you apologize to me. And maybe as at the period you are apologizing to me, I have not healed. I'm still healing. I'm still trying to heal. So you have to give me time to heal. You don't apologize instantly and expect me to accept the apology because you are apologizing with pride. Then you want me to accept it. You apologize to me. Then you wait for me.
Do you also know that the guy also have time to wait for your acceptance? Now leave this matter. This matter don't rest. This matter has rested. It has rested.
The matter, as far as this matter is concerned, I don't think, because the time they're supposed to close this matter, the Oga did not close it that time.
Twins.
If you like, let him have the whole world. Nobody's against that. That one, let him keep on having babies. So will take care of him.
That's why we should allow this case rest. Because the Oga should step down. That's where you're making a mistake. He has a name. He has always had this name. There's even the name that is even guiding the female. Oga has had this name. This is a brand already, well known to the whole world. It's even the brand name that make people know the woman. So you're not the brand to keep quiet, go solo. A brand name that even his return back is massive.
She's not saying
like
the man should go. Listen, anything is based on. I'm reacting based on whatever you said. You said that the woman supposed to go.
I'm saying this. Africa as a
whole.
whole.
You said the woman supposed to go solo. I'm not telling you that the woman cannot go solo because the woman is the man and the woman in the life of her children now. She cannot go solo. Nobody is telling anybody to go solo. The only thing we're saying is that nobody should expect another person to take responsibility for your mistake. Then because you made a mistake, I should not go solo because you made a mistake. It sounds somehow. I should go solo.
We all make mistakes. Nobody is righteous. Not even she is righteous. Not he is righteous. In a relationship, one person steps down for that relationship to reign. Which you know, a relationship is the sacrifice. That when two people are there, is one person the relationship. Two people, if you put your energy, your strength into a relationship together, both of you cannot say. One person steps down to accommodate what the other have to say. You understand? But when it becomes obvious that we can no longer stay together, you step aside and move. That's just as simple as that.
Exactly what the woman did. Like when they begin to puncture that woman, now I begin to wonder. You collected my husband. You collected, in the process, my son died. You collected everything. And I moved on quietly. I'm living my life. I've never dragged you people. I've never mentioned you people's name. I have never said anything about you. I was just busy focusing on putting food on the table for myself because I know that now that you have left me, you left me and you left me with responsibilities. The children are there for me to take care of. And if I stay in one place, I cannot take care of my children. If I begin to get distracted, I cannot be able to take care of my children. So I have to focus on taking care of my children first. Then anything that can put food on the table for me and my children is what I'm focusing on. And people are saying she should go solo. I don't understand it. Is anybody paying her bills for her?
Anybody that did anything against you, the person can come publicly and apologize to you. You should also know that the person stepped down his ego to do that. Even as a woman, you soften up.
I must learn because you step down your ego to do that. Then once you say, I am sorry, then I should accept you. Listen, baby girl, listen, let me tell you. When you apologize, see, this is not almost a problem.
Yes, sir.
And when a reason for that apology, you are apologizing for a reason. And when a bone of contention, something that caused the problem, then when you apologize and you are still holding on to the bone of contention, how do you expect me to accept that apology? When you are still holding on, this is the cause of this problem, and you know this is the cause of the problem we're having, then you're apologizing to me, and I've already told you, go and settle with this thing, drop it outside, then come back and let's make peace. Then you're coming back and apologizing, and even telling me, don't worry, we can stay with this paper and still stay in peace. That means you still holding on to the bone of contention.
He that wears the shoes know where it pinches most. That's all I'll say in this matter. Let's just allow it rest. Let them allow this thing rest. There's nothing in this. He that wears the shoe knows where it pinches most. That's what me I know. If we sit down now and hear both of them one-on-one, it's going to be a different. It's not even of us to even hear what they have to say. It's their relationship for Christ's sake. It's their decision for Christ's sake. If they decided to part their ways and move on, a lot have done it. A lot have moved on without even saying anything. A lot have moved on without coming to social media to say anything. Not because this guy is a brand. That's why it came like this. If he was a nobody,
this is the second time you're talking about. This is the second time you're talking about the man being a brand. Let me not.
Yes, no, he's a brand now. He's a brand now.
Right now. No, we're not taking it away from him. We're not taking him.
He was even a brand. It was even a brand before even whatever happened. If he wasn't a brand, the woman would have seen a brand to start from.
Listen, let me tell you. This man was not a brand when he met this woman. He became a brand in the front of this woman. He became a brand when he married her. In her presence, he became a brand. And this woman helps him in molding him, in making him to become that brand. So he was a brand in her front. She didn't marry him as a brand. They both married when they were nothing. They both married when they were little. You understand? All these things I'm telling you, that's why the man made the matter easy for online in-laws, because he has granted so many interviews where he said how they started, how everything started with them. You understand me? When he married her, how many years they dated, and before they now decided to marry. Then they were in school. So she didn't marry him because now the man were a brand. So saying that the man is a brand now has nothing to do with what happened. The woman
you don't realize that is the brand name of the man that made people know this woman. So you see that you don't understand it. If the man was not this brand, this case, nobody would have had this case. This case would have ended.
That is to tell you that this man, they are both husband and wife.
They are both staff.
They were husband and wife. They were building to grow together. They were building to grow together. They were building to end their life. They didn't sign for divorce. They never signed for polygamy.
Nobody signs for it now. Nobody signs
They
for
were
it.
building.
It just happened.
Husband, two persons that came together and decided to be one. So one in the development, one in the growth, one in everything. So the brand happened in her front.
Which is,
you understand me?
How it happens in marriages.
Because he's a brand. I married you. You grew in my front. And my prayer for you is for you to become brand. Did you marry me to dump me along the way? Or did you marry me so that when things go south, then I will detach from you? I gave you children. I gave you babies. I didn't just come to your house to eat food. I support everything you're doing. I help you in growing. So the brand, both of us, we built the brand. So the brand supposed to carry her, go anywhere she want to go in this life. She did not just appear from nowhere.
I mean, let this case rest.
I mean, no rest.
That's all I will say. They have moved on. The man has moved on. The woman has moved on. Let it rest.
Period.
They have moved on. The guy